So, postpartum week 3. We have a 3-week-old, and I think we're finally finding our schedule out. We're used to each other. We're figuring stuff out. But I think it's going really well. Still bleeding, still discharge. Some days there's more than others, and I can't really find a pattern, but I don't think there's supposed to be a pattern, honestly. Um, I am going, hopefully, into our garage gym tomorrow to do some barbell workouts. Like I said, I think last update, I'm going to do the main 3. I have been working out on our leg developer with leg curls and hamstring curls, as well as some dumbbells and stretching. So I'm not like totally cold going in. Some stuff I have noticed though postpartum is, one, I get the chills and I'm cold a lot. Like my feet and hands get really cold, especially when breastfeeding. And then so basically after she cluster feeds for like 4 hours, I'm really, really cold. And I kind of looked into it, and they were like, well, it could be anemia. The internets, it's like it could be anemia. So when you go to your doctor's appointment, have them check for you. Which wouldn't be crazy because I am anemic, and some days are better than others. Also, I will sweat. Well, when I sleep in our bed, I sweat profusely. Like, it's pretty gross. Like, there were a few nights where I woke up as if like I had been swimming. Like, my clothing was sticking to me. It was so bad. But I was also really cold. So a lot of it is hormones, because my hormones are regulating themselves after, crazy 9 months. My lips are super dry, and that's really bad because, as you can see, I've been picking. It's a part of, like, it's like a minor OCD thing or a tic. So right there, you can see that I've been really bad about picking at them and stuff. So I'm trying to keep them moisturized with chapstick and drink a lot of water. As far as weight, no weight loss really. I am actually at like 3,000 calories right now for breastfeeding to make sure I build up a really good supply, because I'm going to start working out. So no real weight loss. I don't feel as puffy. I don't know if you can tell. I don't feel that I'm puffy, and I don't feel like I look as puffy as I have been looking. So that's nice. She is doing wonderfully. We're trying to get into a good schedule. We're figuring out why she's cluster feeding. We're trying to figure out why during the day, if I go to put her down, she freaks out. Just making sure that it's nothing serious, and it's outside of anything serious. From what we've figured out so far, I'm really, really warm and comfortable. So when I go to put her down, she doesn't feel warm or comfortable. So we have to figure out how to do that. Kind of figured it out some. I've wrapped a blanket around her, and so when I go to put her down, she's still all cozy when I put her down. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. She actually slept today after I figured that out. She slept for an hour and a half, which allowed me to like make dinner and finish doing dishes, so that was kind of cool. And she hasn't been cluster feeding as badly, so I think it was like a culmination of her just being really tired, or she's finally getting used to it. They do say like between 2 to 4 weeks they kind of get like a growth spurt. But I also think we figured out breastfeeding. We're doing much better with that, with her feeding in general and the latch, and me kind of relaxing more. So yeah, postpartum, 3 weeks. It's pretty crazy still. Still insane that I have a baby. That I have had a child, but also at the same time it feels like she's been here my entire life. It's also insane, like, I know I haven't posted my birth story yet, but I'm still working on it. It's a really hard one because I know it's going to be long, so I know it's going to be in like probably 4 parts, just so that you don't have to sit through like 40 minutes of me talking, so it's like chopped up that way. But with us trying to figure out a schedule, I can't really sit down and do all that. So I've tried to record it once and it didn't go very well. I ended up not liking it, and I forgot a bunch of stuff. looking back at it. But now that we're getting more on schedule, I might try tomorrow during one of her naps to at least film half of it. But it's still really crazy, like, how I birthed her and carried her around. And, like, looking back at my pregnancy photos, it's like, I remember being pregnant, but it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Almost like I don't remember being pregnant. Like, I know I was pregnant, but I don't remember anything. Like, it's really weird to explain. It's almost as like the memory happened to somebody else and not to me. It's almost like I watched it. I didn't really experience it. But I remember everything, so. What? She was a lazy eater. Now she's like super active. Oh yeah, and I'm wearing the hospital feeding gown as a robe because I like how big they are, and since with like still all the bleeding and stuff, I don't have to worry about ruining my robe. I'm smart like that. But so yeah, we're still adjusting. The last few nights she hasn't wanted to sleep in our bedroom, in the Moses bed that she's been sleeping in for like the last 2.5 weeks. So a few nights ago she moved into the taco rocker, which is just a rock and play, but a friend called it the taco rocker, and now I'm like, yeah, that looks like a taco. So I call it the taco rocker like they do. And so I've actually been sleeping on our couch, and what's crazy is now that I'm sleeping on our couch in our living room, it's a leather couch. It's really comfortable, actually. And she just kind of sleeps a few feet away from me in the taco rocker. Doesn't rock, though. She doesn't like it moving. But I think she likes it elevated, and I think that it kind of cocoons her, so she really likes it for that reason. But now that I've been sleeping on the couch, like, it's a leather couch, so I actually do put down a throw blanket, and then I have another comforter, the one behind me, that I wrap over myself, and I actually haven't been sweating, or I have not been as cold as compared to when I am in our room. So I think she might be having the same thing in our room. Like, if I'm noticing there's a difference, then she's noticing there's a difference. So we are sleeping much better now out here, which is weird, but it's nice. You done? That's her done. She'll wave her arms around. So that is nice. She's just, I wish I could show you, but I'm not going to. She's just laid out now. Was that good dinner? You can't lay like that. Oh, let's get you back up here. So I guess there's something like the air in our room might be too cold, or it might move around too much, and that's kind of like bothering her. But we're still figuring it all out, figuring what makes her happy to help her sleep so I can sleep. But yeah, I actually haven't been complaining too much about being out on the couch, also because my husband snores like a freight train, so maybe that's why we like sleeping out in the living room, which is crazy because it's like, you're the one taking care of the baby. Well, my husband has to be the one to work, so he needs to actually sleep, and I'm okay with being out here because the air is doesn't move around as much. We have 2 fans in our room, and our room's really large, so. But yeah, so yeah, week 3 postpartum. Just getting used to each other, and she's about to freak out. So thanks for watching. Check out everything else, and I promise I'll get my birth story up as soon as possible.